Hi all. So get right to it. This wasn't a good turn for me. So first, Ginger was attacked in a magic nightmare, which is interesting because she was stealthing out, but she was still attacked. By 500 soulless. There's a spell where you get attacked by one zombie for each of your kills. And so she gets attacked by all these soulless, and they can't touch her, right? Like, 10 damage fists versus her. She only has 5 points of regen because she's in hostile dominion, but she's clocking in at 30 prot, and she's got the scepter that they could burn themselves on. She's got the fine shield. The problem is, so each turn she kills 3 of them, and there are, as we discussed earlier, it was about 500 when we started. 500 divided by 3 is 170, and that is longer than the turn timer. So I'm not actually sure, like, for one thing, I didn't know that this spell worked on stealthy dudes, but I'm also not sure, like, what I could have done about it. She kills 400 of them and then hits turn timer and runs away. So that's something I can learn more about. Blood Explosion cast. Oh, I don't even know what that spell is. I was assassinated a bunch of times in Man, and all of the assassins were successful, so that is also annoying. Particularly, like, of note here is Big Water, who has water gems and chose to cast Quickening rather than making elementals. I do not know why he did that. Like, elementals are supposed to be pretty high on his list, but as a result, he decides to melee this Beanshi, and it doesn't go well. And eventually he gets scared, which a lot of these guys don't actually get killed, but they get scared off. And then Man sends this guy out as a gem bait. And he gets killed real quick. And then inside Man itself. I'm only going to show part of the battle because, well, it'll become clear what happens. We're dropping rocks. There's a transform eagle. Here is Blood Explosion. Blood Explosion has lifelong protection. He has 280 HP because normal HP is then doubled from Gift of Health. His gear's pretty mediocre, but the problem is that he has 50% regen. He's got 10% from his Bless. He's got 10% from the Ring. He's got 10% from the spell, and he's got 20% from Gaia's Chosen. And so we can turbo through this. We drop a lot of rocks. We blow up a lot of dudes. These Magister Arcanes end up getting... Like, they survive actually quite a while because they all have luck on themselves. But we've got... this Noah Deer is actually surviving quite a while. But we shoot dudes. We drop rocks on dudes. Lots of friendly fire, but also lots of enemy fire. And then here, Blood Explosion is petrified. He gave himself anti-magic, so he's clocking in at 29 MR. And there's just nothing that I can do that hits enough to counteract this regen, because this is 140 regen per turn. Eventually my rock dropper is going to run away. Yeah, even if I hit him with Gift of Heaven, he would just regen it right back. It's insane. We keep petrifying him and hoping that that goes through. Keep paralyzing him. A petrified, like, you can't resist it, so he is petrified. But he can just, like, pop out of it because 29 MR is enough to do so. Like, he doesn't actually get killed by it. So, props to man for making such a difficult to kill super combatant. Like, that huge amount of regen coupled with Gift of Health is really good. Only one unit can cast Gaia's Chosen in the whole world. So, but this is definitely a good choice for such a unit. And it gives me some ideas for my own super combatants in future games. So, what happens here is, eventually we hit turn timer and dudes start running away. I've got some centaurs surrounding Blood Explosion. They've all got all of these things going on. So they're Mistform, Ethereal, Chili. And Ethereal is important because that means that they can get stuck on the other side of this wall. It is amazing, like, how much luck saves these guys from rocks. It's also saving these guys from wolves. Yeah, I guess they put Ethereal on themselves too, so. So the point is that, here, time to run away. And these Ethereal guys are stuck. He is not berserked, but it doesn't matter. Bloodsplosion is fully fatigued out. He's not waking up. Because he's got 4 Reinvig, which is still going to take a long time to wake up from. There's a few imps spawning, but they can't do anything. Like, they don't even... Yeah, they just have basic claws, which can't puncture through this stuff. And so, eventually, we hit the end of all turn timer. Oh yeah, the imps also run away because he doesn't have undead leadership. So, he can't run away because there's a Grove Guard in the way. A Grove Guard can't run away because he's in the way. Neither of them have flying, which was a good thing. And so they just all get stuck. So no one is listed as winning the battle. We lost a lot of sages, but didn't lose most of our other dudes, thank goodness. Completely wiped out man, including Lord of the Forest, thanks to Term Timer. But now all of my dudes are outside of man, so I have to redo the entire siege. And I need to bring a new communion in. So that's happening. If you've got ideas for how to beat a dude like Bloodsplosion with 200 HP and 50% regen and 29 MR, I am definitely curious. This is something that I've been thinking about an inordinate amount. Theoretically, I don't know, even if I had cast Keen Blades on everybody, which I certainly meant to do, but even if I had done that, it's just not enough damage to punch through that much regen, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. Both of his globals are down. I would be extremely surprised if he has enough priest levels to bring Blood Explosion back, thanks goodness. I've got some dudes sieging the place still, and this guy should actually be pretty resilient versus assassination, because he has a magic bane blade and he doesn't scare us easily. My centaurs are actually gathering here in Wolverine as opposed to going to Man itself, because I don't need everybody assassinated again. The hope will be that he sends dudes to... let's go ahead and give you some stuff. The hope will be that he sends dudes to assassinate my siege units, and they just, well, kind of blow. Meanwhile, we're recruiting more Centaur Sages and bringing some up from Pangea. So all of my actual communion is going to be here in Raga, like my next army, basically. Is that what I want to do? Let's put you here in Amul, and then if Calum decides to attack me, at least I have something ready to fight him. I don't know. It's going to be tough, because I did lose... I lost 21 Centaur Sages here, and another 6 there. Each of those was... so that's 27. It takes a while to replenish that many communion slaves. But that is okay. We will deal. Let's move you here as well for the same reason. So I just won't do that much research this turn, which is fine. Other than that, Caleb cleaning up some Midgard, Caleb cleaning up some Midgard, and then events. I don't think any of these are particularly noteworthy. This was nice for sure. I'll take it. Got some mercs, which are gonna go clean up some of this man land. But yeah, that's where we're at. So, I've got to head to work, but thanks for watching, and I will see you next turn.